The core four of networking. Networking is an essential skill in both business and personal development. In the core four of networking segment, I break down the key practices for building strong, lasting relationships. Do you even know about the core four of networking and what they are? They're right there on the screen. In case you don't, I am going to air this short clip to get you up to speed on the core four of networking. There you go. What's up? I'm here with Al to give you guys another networking tip. We've given you 3 so far, and today we're going to give you a 4th. But before we do, let's recap. What's the first thing they got to do, Al?
Show up.
You got to be present and accounted for. What's the second thing?
Be yourself.
You be you, your authentic self, because nobody likes fake people. Not a good look. What's number 3?
Pay attention.
You got to do some active listening. You got to know what's going on. You don't want to stare into somebody's eyes and nod your head thinking about what you got to say next. Pay attention. And now that the recap's done, I think the 4th one's the most important. What do you think, Al?
Oh yeah, there's no point in doing all 3 if you don't do the 4th.
That's right. So why is the 4th so important now?
Because the fortune's in the FU.
What do you mean?
Fortune's in the follow-up.
Ah, that's right, follow up. Don't have a conversation with somebody, take their business card, and then do nothing. Follow up. Speaking of following up, if you guys would like to hear more networking tips from Al and myself, comment more or yes please underneath this video. And Al, what are we going to do after they make that comment?
Follow up.
Haha, that's right. See you guys later. All right, I don't know how Al and myself did that in one take, but we did. It was awesome. I'll be breaking down the core 4 1 week at a time. Week 1, show up. Why simply being present can open doors to success. Week 2, be yourself. Authenticity is the key to forming genuine connections. Week 3, pay attention. The importance of active listening and being fully engaged with others. Week 4, follow up. How to maintain and grow relationships beyond the first meeting. What's the most significant networking hurdle that you have faced, and how'd you tackle it, or are you still working on it? Please share your biggest networking challenge or challenges and how you've addressed them in the comments below. In addition to exploring the core 4 of networking, this segment will also showcase local members of the networking organizations I'm affiliated with, as well as other businesses and professionals in my network. I'll also provide insights on local networking events that I attend. This week, we're rolling into week 2, and the focus is a game changer for anyone who wants to stop being forgettable at networking events, being yourself. You'll hear from estate planning attorney, John Norris, and financial advisor, Albert Mui. 2 pros who've built their businesses on authenticity, trust, and real human connection. Oh, and we're even sharing some awkward childhood photos. Oof. And embarrassing stories at that. Just to prove that keeping it real is more powerful than trying to be perfect. Let's dive in. Hold on while I cue up that video. First, we have John Norris, okay, a top-notch estate planning attorney who's not just about the legal side of things. He's all about building trust and meaningful relationships with his clients. And trust me, John knows how to make people feel comfortable. What's up, John?
Hey, Jason, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Awesome, awesome. And then we have Albert Mui, a financial advisor who's built his business on real, authentic connections. When you talk to Albert, you don't get just financial advice. You get someone who truly listens and actually cares about your goals. What's up, Al? You there, Al? I think Al's frozen there. Al was frozen. What's up, Al? Oh, little technical difficulties. That's right. So to make this conversation even more fun, besides Al pausing, we're each going to share an awkward picture of our younger selves and tell an embarrassing story from around that time. Because, hey, if we're talking about being real, and this show is titled Keeping It Real, right? We might as well put it all out there. So let's do this. Let's get into it. So talking point number one. Got a couple talking points we could talk about in between these awkward pictures and stories. Al, you better? You there? Are you there, Al? I think Al just has a placeholder. Yep, Al has a placeholder. Oh, wait, he moved. Al, are you there, Al? Oh, the magic of live TV. Do me a favor, John. Could you message Al real quick?
I got you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, let's see. So the talking point, the first one that I wanted to go through. Oh, Al, you there?
I'm here. Yeah, it was just keep spinning.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to go through this first talking point here. I just want to make sure you're with us. So authenticity, speaking of, right? It isn't just a buzzword. It's how you actually build real trust. All right. People can tell when you're putting on a front, when you're full of crap. And that makes networking feel transactional instead of genuine, right? So try this before your next networking event. Take a moment to think about what makes you you. What's something unique about your personality or experiences that might, that people might find interesting or relatable even? Maybe it's a hobby, a fun, work thing, a funny mishap, or even how you got into your business even. All right. Use that as a way to break the ice instead of going straight into, well, what is it that you do mode? John or Al, do you have anything to add to that?
Oh, yeah. What do you do? What is your job? These are some of the most least authentic things you could do with people. I'd rather open with a question that gets a little bit more to who they are and why they're doing what they're doing, not exactly what it is they do. So for someone like yourself who's into fitness, into real estate, you do two things that are stereotypically not connected. And so I would first question into why you do both things, because it seems a little disjointed. But, you and I have had this conversation, and when we have, it made me understand who you are as a person. And honestly, it made me feel like I could trust you more, not just with my clients, but enough to invite you over for barbecues. And Al knows about barbecues too. I barbecues all summer, everybody. And it's one of those things where if you get to know something that is non-title related, something that is factual about somebody that can create a more friendly relationship, it makes all the business flow later on, and it doesn't happen to be the goal of the conversation.
Beautifully said, John. What about you, Al?
I'm going to echo with what John said. And the thing is, a lot of time is, whenever I'm out there is I'm being myself. I tell them, a lot of times it's just what I like, what I enjoy to do, which is eating, which is most of the time, I love food. I love different types of food. And, whenever, we see something like, oh, look what's over there. Like you go network and they might have some food and you go, oh, you know what? Oh, I'm hungry. Let's go grab some meat, or even grab a drink or something. Then we just talk about different.
I think we have the gist of it, though. Kind of mirror what John had to say, but you guys are both right. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I didn't say anything.
Okay. Ooh, we got to work on these connections. Oh my, live TV. Well, anyhow, so you guys both made some good points as far as being authentic, and then you actually open up and the person opens up too, which opens up opportunities. Awesome. So the best connections happen when you show up as yourself, quirks and all. Mm-hmm. And speaking of quirks, John, I think it's time for you to show us how cool you were back in the day and share some sort of embarrassing story. What do you think, John?
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. All right. So before I bring this picture up, would you like to kind of give it a little what it's about, little intro?
Yeah, so this picture was taken in 2011. I had just gone through officer candidate school. I had become a lieutenant in the infantry. And there's a thing where when you first become a lieutenant, you have a gold bar on your hat, and people call it a butter bar. And so one of my friends who was already an officer had brought a legitimate stick of butter and wanted to take a picture of me in my Army shirt with a stick of butter on my head. The story that I wanted to share, though, actually wasn't that particular picture. It's something.
Oh, John, your audio cut off.
No.
Now you're good. I'm going to put this picture up while you tell the story. Go ahead and start at the beginning. Here we go. Go ahead, John.
So I went off to Afghanistan in 2009, and when I got back, I went to officer candidate school. But the strange story of what happened back then was.
Oh, your audio again muted.
Why is it muting? Can you hear me?
There you go. It did it automatically. Now I can hear you. Yep.
Weird. So in 2009, I went to Afghanistan. In 2011, I went to officer candidate school. Just before I came back and went to officer candidate school, you go to Afghanistan, you deploy out, you do your mission. Halfway through, they give you 2 weeks to go home, see your family, and then go back to Afghanistan afterwards. I don't fly well. I don't travel well. I don't do boats. I don't do planes, nothing. There's a reason I went to the Army. I do land warfare, no air stuff. But I had to fly back to Afghanistan. And so when I got back there, I had a mission the exact same day that I landed. I got into my Humvee. I was a forward gunner in it, so I was up on the turret. And as we're driving to our duty station, I wasn't feeling great. And I just had a big, huge breakfast, and my whole breakfast came up all over the outside of the Humvee. So I all over the top of the Humvee, and the officer that was that was in charge of the whole thing is like, Norris, you okay? And I'm like, yes, sir, I'm fine. And when we got back to the duty station, when we got back to Camp Phoenix in Kabul, I had to wash off my own vomit off of the Humvees. That was a great memory for me.
Oh no, that was an awesome story. That's a great photo of you too. Let's put that up on the screen real quick by itself there. John back in the day.
Just a few months prior to that picture, I was in Afghanistan vomiting on a Humvee, and then I became an officer.
Oh no, that's great. Thank you for sharing that, John.
Thank you for having me.
So talking point number 2. All right, vulnerability creates stronger connections. One of the best ways to build relationships is through shared experiences. When you're willing to be a little vulnerable, people see the real you, and that's what makes connections last. Nobody remembers the person who just hands them a business card, but they will remember the person they laughed with, shared a story with, and related to on a personal level, right? So try this. At your next networking event, challenge yourself to go beyond small talk. Instead of just exchanging pleasantries, share a personal story or experience that shows a bit of who you are. It doesn't have to be deep, just something that lets people see the real you. You'll be surprised how much easier it is to build genuine relationships this way. Do you guys have any thoughts to add?
Yeah, actually, I have a real world example.
Awesome.
So people don't really realize this, but so in that picture in the military, I was already starting to feel a little bit, but my testosterone in my body essentially started dwindling down pretty heavily to the point where I became sluggish, lethargic, wasn't feeling too good. And even at this point, I'm very much overweight and I don't feel great. I met Jason. We were walking around one of the farms, and you and I had a lengthy conversation. As the first time I met you, we had a great conversation, and I mentioned something to you. Fast forward, it was a fitness goal. Fast forward a year and a half, Jordan Guadalupe and I did a presentation, and you showed up to show your support. Albert did as well. Local professionals encouraging and supporting each other. And afterwards, we were talking about fitness goals. And you remembered the exact thing I told you that was my goal. And so, I'm happy to share it. I want to look good in a suit. I think fat dudes like myself in a suit looks kind of silly, but I want a vested suit to look good on me. The fact that Jason remembered that all that time later, when we hadn't even mentioned it, cemented the fact that I know that Jason actually cares and thinks about other people. and I'm willing to not just do personal things like go on vacations or whatever. Like he and I can be buddies for life. But I feel so much more comfortable sending clients his way because I know that he'll take care of them and remember them the way he remembered me.
Yeah, thank you for that, John. It pays attention to. I mean, it pays to pay attention.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. No, thank you. Al, do you have any thoughts on the subject about letting yourself be vulnerable to open up connections?
No. Right. I mean, sometimes I feel that, I mean, I do that a lot with a lot of my clients, as well as, it's not just networking. When I meet up with a client, and then if, I have the same situation or there was something similar to what they had experienced, I just share that. And then, then people feel that, what, you've been there, where that happened to me. You've been there, you've done this. And we are able to say, how do we pretty much, get over that, something that happened to us in our lives that was really, you could say, that happened to us that made us feel so uncomfortable at one point, but now we're able to share it and then say, what, I wasn't the only one that had this that had this, and now, I feel much better, and now that I can actually talk to this person and then be able to continue to you could say, share more of how we overcome this and so forth. So we were able to help each other just to say, what, this is what I did to overcome this, and to be able to not, to do things to get my mind off of this and that and so forth. So.
No, that's awesome. There's comfort in knowing that you're not alone in having a problem or issue. And then that's a bonus, having someone be able to share their insights and strategies to, overcome whatever it is. That's awesome. Thank you for that share, Al. And speaking of sharing, Al, let's see what younger Albert was up to. Should I allow you a little bit of an intro before I show the picture, or?
No, you can just show it, and then
There we go. Oh, wait a minute.
Wrong guy.
Wrong guy. Oh, wrong guy. Wait, we need to swap this over here. Pardon me. There we go.
Right.
Got it right. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah. So this picture it was probably in the early '90s. Okay. You can see I was driving my dad's a station wagon. And then this was me. It was a proud moment. It was my. I was able to drive all the way up to Fitchburg to get my first Rottweiler. So my first Rottweiler, his name was Alone, which means dragon in Chinese. So he was the runt of the litter. You could see how small, and that was his mother who was looking at me and saying, "Give me back my baby." But the embarrassing part is first, that I say about this picture is the station wagon. I mean, I wouldn't be caught dead driving a station wagon these days. All right. First of all, secondly, if you look at the 90s or late 80s outfit, you can see my hair is almost like a mullet with a rat tail, and it was denim jacket, and then the cuffs on the pants were all cuffed up. It's like I'm just looking at that. It's like, wow. You see me in a suit today, but then it's like, I can't believe I dressed like that back then, It's just, look at fashion, it's like, oh, okay. I don't want to show people that, that's what I used to wear. And I used to think that was cool. So.
No, thanks for sharing, Al. That is a hilarious photo right there. And hey, listen, don't feel bad about the station wagon, because my first vehicle was a 1984 minivan, a Plymouth Voyager.
Nice.
And I won't talk about the 4 12-inch subwoofers I had put in the back. We won't go. That's a different share and a different story. Come up to people's houses and their frames are falling off their walls and all that because of the bass. But anyway, that's a different story. Moving on. Next talking point. Your uniqueness is your superpower, right? Here's the thing. Your uniqueness is what makes you valuable in networking. among other places, right?
Right.
There's only one you, and that's your biggest advantage. Whether it's your humor, your interests, or even your embarrassing moments, those are the things people connect with. Try out this exercise. Think about a time when you made a great connection with somebody. What was it about that interaction that made it work? Chances are it wasn't because you had the perfect elevator pitch. It was because you found common ground. Keep that in mind at your next networking event, okay? And focus on connecting instead of impressing. Al, John, do you have any additional insights on that?
Al?
No, it's just like what it is. Just be yourself. With everything else, whether it's networking or even just, I guess, when you meet someone, a lot of time is being genuine is what people look for. That people can sense it. I mean, I can sense if someone's not being genuine with me. You can tell when, and it gets worse because every time you just you keep hearing, the stories change all the time. But once you're genuine, you remember those stories. You remember by heart. You can, and you never forget those stories. So you don't need to make it up. A lot of times it's easier to be yourself than to try to be someone you're not.
Yeah, a lot of times when we hit networking events, you're trying to throw that you're an estate planner, you're a financial advisor, you're a commercial real. That's not who you are. That's what you do. And honestly, there's 100 of each of us right down the street, right? That there's going to be another estate planner, there's going to be another financial advisor, but I've never met another financial advisor like Albert. Like he shares my values and taking the holistic approach and really caring about the client, which is why I'm so confident to refer people to him. So his uniqueness in my mind is one of the things that makes me want to continuously send business his way, but also that I want him to be part of more than that. Like I said before, he's been over my house, he's met my kids, he's met my wife, he's going for barbecues. So these networking events can lead to more than just business. It can lead to a lifelong connection. Once you show somebody you're not an estate planner, you're not a financial planner, you're Albert Mui, you're John Norris, you're Jason Harris,
No, I agree. That's perfect. It's such a turnoff because I can also sense pretty easily if someone's being not genuine or unauthentic, and that just it turns me off. I'm just put that wall or whatever, and I just whatever, and I just move on to someone that actually is genuine. So yeah, that huge being genuine. And with that said, I guess it's only fair that I put myself on the hot seat too, right? I got to show my awkward photo. That would be right if I just ghosted out now. No, I won't do that. That's not right. I got to see you guys, all that nice stuff John said, going to take back. Like, I didn't mean any of that. All right, let's see. So this picture is, well, people that do know me, I wear glasses. Usually I'm wearing contacts now. But I grew up wearing glasses since I was 3 years old, like real thick Coke bottle glasses when I was 3. It was bad. I got made fun of, bullied. I grew up in Lynn, so it was pretty bad. Anyhow, so this picture is actually from my teenage years, which I was still real goofy and awkward. I think it was about 7th or 8th grade. And whatever, rip the Band-Aid. Here you go. Yeah. So, my story. Wait, this way. No? Anyway, my story. So around that time of that photo, I was in, like I said, 7th or 8th grade. It was a Wednesday, and I remember it was a Wednesday because we used to have the half days, teachers, had the meeting half of the day. So we got off at like 11:30 or so. And what we would do is we would leave the junior high and we would walk, a couple of miles over to McDonald's, Burger King, and McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. It was on a strip on Boston Street and in Lynn. So anyway, and what we would do is other junior highs would get out, and Pickering Junior High, which was close by Boston Street over there, on the Lynn Peabody line or what have you. And what ended up happening is the kids from Pickering got out too, and we used to bully them. So we used to walk over to McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's, and actually bully them, believe it or not. But anyway, that's not the part of the story. The part of the story is on the way there, it was myself and a few of my peers, guys and girls, whatever, classmates. And what happened was we were going through this park, Gallagher Park or Pine Hill Park, whatever you want to call it. And at the entrance to the park, because the park is fenced, there's a between the two metal fence posts, there's a metal chain drooping down. So, I come running. I figure I'm going to clear it real quick. Come running, my full heart, and I jump up, and I get caught in the chain, and I land flat on my face in front of everybody, and my glasses went flying off. And then it was really embarrassing. It was horrible. But that's my embarrassing story. From around that time with that photo, and I'm going to take that photo down now. Excuse me. Let me get you guys back here. So that's my story, my embarrassing story. That's my photo. So before we do end today's segment, though, could you both let the audience know how they can get in contact with you, and please share anything that you'd like to leave us with, John or Al, either.
Yeah, actually. So my name is John Norris. I'm an estate planning and real estate attorney. I'm in Bridgewater at 63 Main. But you can get a hold of me through my website at norrislaw.us.
Al?
Yeah. So my name is Albert Mui. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones here in Bridgewater, Mass. On Winter Street. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Al. Thank you, John. If you guys have any questions as far as details of anything that John or Al mentioned, just go ahead and message me, and we'll get you what you need. All right. So if today's episode has proven anything, it's that being yourself is the best networking strategy you'll ever use. Forget trying to impress. Focus on connecting. Big thanks to John Norris and Albert Mui for sharing their stories, pictures, and wisdom. If you're in need of an estate plan or some solid financial guidance, these are the guys you want to connect with. Guess I should unmute myself. And there you have it. Huge thanks to John Norris and Albert Mui for keeping it real and reminding us that networking isn't about collecting contacts. It's about creating connections. So the next time you walk into a room, remember, show up, be yourself, and let the right people find you. If you found value in this replay, make sure you stick with us for future episodes of Keeping It Real. I'm sure you'll see Al and John again. Next Monday is week 3, so the topic will be pay attention, the importance of active listening and being fully engaged with others. Until then, show up, be yourself, pay attention, and most of all, follow up, and keep building the relationships that move your business forward. If you've got a story to share and you want to be a guest on the show, reach out. I'd love to have you on. And if you catch me at a networking event, don't hesitate to pull me aside and make some on-camera magic happen.